Om Gam Ganapate Namaha. Kaliyuga Kalpataru. Fourth Delight. Shri Vyasaraja Yati Sarvabhouma. Chapter 42. Shri Vyasaraja Tirthuru's Debate, Conquests and Eloquence. Shri Vyasaraja Tirthuru undertook 2 expeditions across North India, engaging and defeating the most renowned scholars of his time in debates. His immense scholarly prowess and eloquence earned him widespread recognition, and his victories brought numerous rivals under his tutelage. Regarded as an incarnation of Saraswati herself, his intellectual radiance left adversaries simmering with jealousy. Emperor Narsanayaka, a devoted disciple of Shri Vyasaraja Tirthuru, held him in the highest regard as his royal preceptor and governed the kingdom under his guidance. Consequently, Shri Vyasaraja Tirthuru's fame extended far and wide. The challenge from Kalinga scholars. The glory of Shri Vyasaraja Tirthuru's victories and his erudition spread to regions such as Anga, Vanga, Kalinga, Chola, and Kerala. These accounts unsettled the scholars of these regions, filling them with envy and resentment. They saw Shri Vyasaraja Tirthuru's achievements as a thorn in their pride. Among the scholars was the renowned Basavabhatta from Kalinga, who harbored an intense animosity towards Shri Vyasaraja Tirthuru. The king of Kalinga, Kapileshwara Gajapati, had always viewed the Vijayanagar Empire's prosperity with disdain, believing that Shri Vyasaraja Tirthuru's influence on the Kannada emperors was the cornerstone of this glory. Kapileshwara sought to diminish Shri Vyasaraja Tirthuru's reputation. He hoped that doing so would weaken the Kannada Empire's prominence. To this end, he encouraged Basavabhatta and other scholars to challenge Shri Vyasaraja Tirthuru to a debate and defeat him. Encouraged by the king's support, Basavabhatta and hundreds of scholars, accompanied by their disciples, embarked on a journey to Vijayanagara to engage Shri Vyasaraja Tirthuru in debate. Arrival of the scholars at Vijayanagara. The scholars who arrived in Vijayanagara were formidable in their learning. They were masters of the Vedas and Vedanta, authors of numerous treatises, and highly skilled in debate. Their arrival in the city was marked by pomp and arrogance. They approached the royal court and declared their intention to challenge Shri Vyasaraja Tirthuru. In a show of audacity, they hung scrolls listing their accolades and titles on the grand entrance archway of the palace. Emperor Narsanayaka, initially taken aback by their brazen behavior, sent royal messengers to inform Shri Vyasaraja Tirthuru of the scholars' arrival and their challenge. Shri Vyasaraja Tirthuru's entry into the debate arena. Shri Vyasaraja Tirthuru, calm and composed, smiled upon hearing the message. He ascended a golden palanquin accompanied by a procession of disciples and scholars and proceeded to the palace. As he neared the entrance, he noticed the scrolls displayed by the rival scholars. With a subtle smile, he instructed one of his disciples to remove them, signaling his readiness for the debate. Entering the court amidst thunderous drums and chants, Shri Vyasaraja Tirthuru's serene demeanor contrasted sharply with the adversary's arrogance. Emperor Narsanayaka welcomed him with great reverence, seated him on a grand throne. Shri Vyasaraja Tirthuru's calm confidence radiated throughout the court, unnerving the rival scholars. The great debate. The debate began with the scholars presenting their arguments. Shri Vyasaraja Tirthuru, with unparalleled eloquence and profound knowledge, systematically refuted each of their points using robust logic and scriptural evidence. His arguments flowed like a divine river, overwhelming the opponents and leaving them speechless. For 30 days, the court echoed with the fervor of intellectual exchange. The pinnacle of Shri Vyasaraja Tirthuru's brilliance was his ability to remain composed, his serene smile, unwavering even amidst the most intense exchanges. His voice, resonant and authoritative, was likened to the celestial roar of Varaha, the divine boar, as he uplifted and established his philosophy. Victory of Shri Vyasaraja Tirthuru. On the final day, Shri Vyasaraja Tirthuru delivered his concluding arguments with such clarity and depth that Basavabhatta and his fellow scholars were left without any rebuttal. The court erupted in applause, and Sri Vyasaraja Tirtharu was declared the victor. The defeated scholars, overwhelmed by his erudition and grace, admitted their defeat. A display of grace. Despite their early arrogance, Sri Vyasaraja Tirtharu magnanimously welcomed the defeated scholars into his monastery. He honored them with gifts of gold, silver, and garments, treating them with utmost respect. Basavabhatta, deeply moved by Sri Vyasaraja Tirtharu's generosity, offered his personal idol of Lord Rudra as a token of his newfound devotion. Sri Vyasaraja Tirtharu graciously accepted the idol, vowing to worship it with reverence. A legacy of the debate. This monumental victory solidified Sri Vyasaraja Tirtharu's reputation as one of the greatest philosophers and debaters of his time. Emperor Narasanayaka, filled with admiration, bestowed lavish gifts upon Sri Vyasaraja Tirtharu, including lands and treasuries. These were used to establish agraharas, that is, scholarly settlements, where learned Brahmins could reside and propagate knowledge. Sri Vyasaraja Tirtharu's victories in debate were not merely intellectual victories, they were instrumental in preserving and spreading dharma. His teachings inspired countless individuals to embrace devotion to Hari and Vayu. Through his unparalleled scholarship and spiritual leadership, Sri Vyasaraja Tirtharu elevated the Vijayanagara court and the Kannada Empire to unparalleled heights of glory. Om Sri Krishnarpanamastu. Hari Om.